Warning, you are about to become very, very uncomfortable, more than you are right now. Because some asshat is going to be talking about very uncomfortable subjects. From race to religion to politics, doesn't matter. We're covering it all. We're going to talk about some stuff that we need to get straight. Unfortunately, some people will think I'm giving them facts, something I've researched and based on all sorts of stuff. This is not a news site. This is an opinion site. Channel? Site? However it goes correctly. Point is, it's basically a guy yelling on top of a soapbox on the street, just in the digital media. So, do your own research. Do not listen to me. So I made myself look like this, to say, hey, I'm the guy your parents have been warning you about. I'm the guy that authorities have been warning you about. Don't listen to him. Don't hang out with him. So, now you know. Enjoy. Or don't, because it will be uncomfortable. But it's for a good purpose, so enjoy. Look at those shoulders. No, 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 no. Check. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Like and subscribe and come back and no, sorry. This is definitely the exact opposite of what you're going to get here. I recognize that this is on YouTube and I will be doing a podcast that's the exact same thing, just in only audio form. But no, I'm not here for subscribes, I'm not here for likes, I'm not going off of any of the other data. This won't even be a monetized channel. What channel am I talking about? The one you clicked on? Jeez, dude. Catch up. But no, this is Opinionized. Like I said, YouTube channel, podcast, where some guy is going to share his opinion with you. Yep, no cool tricks, no cool baking videos. I don't have any inside trader secrets. Nope. Just an American who is fucking terrified. But also who recognizes that the answer is not what we all might think it is. It's kind of a stupid way to say it. Basically, that we're all kind of screwed. And if nothing changes, then we're all screwed. Basically, the time is short. We are all running out of time. Not to say that I know what's coming, because I don't. I, like many of us, am aware that something bad is on the horizon. And I'm the kind of person that is not a huge fan of change. It is not great. But when it comes to America and potentially losing what I believe to be the greatest country in the world, well, now I'm terrified. What comes next? Do we go back to king and queen days? Are we going to have a dictator? I don't know. I don't imagine you know. But someone does. Someone's got the reins. These powers that be have spent lots of time and energy and money to convince us that we are not on the same team. That we as Americans are actually opposed to one another. And that the only way that we can protect America and the right of Americans is to go after the rights and lives and freedoms of Americans. Well, this is my channel and my opportunity to stand up and say, well, that's some bullshit. We are being fed a whole heaping pile of bullshit, and I want to do what I can to point it out. Do I think that I'm right? Fuck no. I'm probably going to be wrong more often than I am right. But the whole idea is that I don't feel as though I'm represented. I don't feel like you are represented. I feel like we have people that are representing themselves and asking us to join their teams so that we can help them represent whatever they're trying to represent. Well, The way I see it, Americans, we're all in the same car. We're all headed towards the same cliff. But somehow we've been convinced that we're in different cars and that some of us are safer than others. But I guess that's just not what I see. And so in hopes of either calming my nerves by someone being able to show me that I am way off base, or by bringing us all into the same sheet of music so we can do something, like work together to pull our foot off the gas, or turn the wheel so that the metaphorical cliff becomes a danger that we don't really have to face, so we can face whatever the new danger will become. But hopefully by becoming an American team, having our own team where we actually get represented, where we actually, where we actually matter, where our rights are worthy of fighting, or are worthy of a fight, are worthy of defending. I don't think we're there right now. I think there are some of us who are convinced that we have rights and we have certain things that our representatives are willing to fight for. Well, if you are like me and you don't have millions and millions of dollars, well, then that's probably not true. But we'll work through it. But just as a heads up, this is going to be a channel that I only have an opinion to share. So it will start off with me making videos just sharing my opinion on specific topics. But then I hope to eventually, not inevitably, open it up where we get to have a discussion. Because while I am the person that is here doing the dumbest thing by putting my personal opinion out into the world, hoping that it's going to inspire change, when I'm clearly already aware that people are being led to believe some, not crazy, but pretty ridiculous shit, that I am putting myself in danger. But it's not because I want to be your representative. It's not because I want to make a whole shit ton of money. It's not because I want notoriety. No. I just don't want to be terrified. I want to be comfortable knowing that tomorrow will come. And shit, if we can manage it, maybe we can make it so that tomorrow can be better than today. But it doesn't feel like we're there now. So, I don't have a whole lot to offer this world. I'm not the greatest person. I am not somebody that you should listen to because of who I am. If you listen to anything I say, please make it be because I said something that connects with you, that you are going to do your own research on, and make it either something you believe because you did your research, or you don't because, again, you did your own research. Don't let me be the deciding factor in anything other than, what haircut not to have or what facial hair pattern not to grow. Let me be the example of what not to do. But I am willing to stand up to say we need to represent ourselves because we don't have representation. I don't feel as though we have a place in the future that's being planned, I guess is one way to say it. And it's all very vague. I'll get way into details as we go. This is more or less just supposed to be an introduction. So I imagine this is going to be the video people come to after they watch something I make in the future, and they're like, who the fuck is this guy? Well, I guess I should answer that. I'm nobody. I'm an American. I'm a veteran. I'm a son. I'm a brother. I'm a father. I'm not good at any of those things. I mean, I'm passable. I'm not the worst. But yeah, I'm someone who wholeheartedly believes in the golden rule. I believe that we should treat each other the way we want to be treated. I think it's no coincidence that no coincidence? Yeah, that's correct. No coincidence that every single, group of humans, no matter where we come from in the world, we basically have that guideline rule. Note to all the people that are listening or watching, that's actually going to come up in another video I do, or another channel/podcast that I make that'll focus on one very specific problem, something that has taken away our ability to understand the world and thus our place in it. And so because of it, I feel like we're all kind of lost. We're all trying to do the best with what we have. And right now, we don't have representatives. We don't have a shit ton of money. Well, I mean, you might. I definitely don't. But between us, as far as the 90 percentile of Americans, and then lower 90th percent, you know what I'm talking about. Not the rich motherfuckers. We only have each other. So I'm tired of turning on the TV or YouTube and constantly being depressed at the fact that we are fighting each other. That we've been convinced that that's the good idea. Well, I want to use all my energy and time to stand up and be like, no. Frankly, I believe a lot of people that are who are saying they're willing to go to a fight or a civil war, don't really recognize what that means. War is a terrible thing. And it terrifies me that we have some people that are actively working to make that a reality. And hear that the Civil War, this atrocious time in American history, where we literally had Americans fighting Americans, that we've learned about in school, all of us. I mean, I assume so, because it's supposed to be a regulated, lesson plan. But that we would see that and be like, maybe that's what we need. Oh. Well, I'm not okay with that. So who am I? I'm a human contradiction. A sleeping giant. Yes. So as the General Emperor Admiral from Japan, well, I don't know the specifics, but essentially when they bombed Pearl Harbor, they said, oh, we've awoken the sleeping giant, referring to America, saying that we weren't involved in the war and now they poked us, and now we were awake. It's kind of where I'm at. I wish that I could go to be the lazy, no good stoner person that nobody has to listen to, that gets to just do my own thing away from all the peering eyes and judgment and so on and so forth. But there's a certain point that everybody has that they have to stand up and do something. Well, that point for me was a while back, and I've been thinking of what I could do. How could I help one person against the world? What could I do? I don't have anything. I don't have the special skills. I don't have the super education. I don't have a lot of things. But I do have a mouth. I have a voice. I have the ability to come up with words and put them in order to make a generalized idea come across from one individual to another. I have the ability to put myself out there. It's not smart. It's not a good idea, but I do have that ability. And I have the ability to try and ask all of us to stand up for ourselves. All of us to come together, to recognize that we're in the same car, metaphorically. We're on the same team, literally. And that our futures are intertwined. We don't necessarily get to pick the team we're on, but we do get to decide how we behave once we're on that team. So, I am nobody. My name is Zed. That's probably important. Who are you going to write to and complain about? Who are you going to do your research on? Ooh. What am I looking for here? That's it. Just to start the conversation. I don't imagine that it's going to be something that continues through me. I'm not the person for it. It's not in my wheelhouse. But starting a conversation, fuck yeah. I think I could do that. But I wouldn't pick me to be a leader. I wouldn't pick me to be the face of anything. I mean, have you looked at me? Oh, speaking of which, you said the teeth? Yeah, I'm also a veteran. About 6 months into my tour, I started grinding. I'm a grinder. We'll get more into the story later, but I'm a grinder. So as much as I'd like to say that no, I've been tweaking and that's what my teeth look like, unfortunately not. I've slowly ground them away for over 10 years and got through the hard candy shell into the gooey center, and from there the demolition was quite easy. Painful, but easy. But yeah, I do apologize, and I apologize that I'm the one that has to be here, and I don't have to be here. I don't want you to think I've got a gun to my head, but I guess I kind of do, but it's a gun I've put to my own head. I constantly hear this voice in me telling or asking, if not you, who? If not now, when? Generally, I'm able to smoke a bowl and be like, hey, there's someone else out there. There's someone else who is more qualified. Someone who has the connection to all these people. They've done the networking. We have people that say they represent us. There's got to be someone in there that actually wants to get something done. And there are. Just as it stands now, it doesn't seem to be enough. Which is not to say that those people should give up. Fuck. If anything, I'm trying to help. I'm seeing that there are some people who are pushing this heavy boulder, Sisyphus style up a hill. But it looks like they're having a hard time. So I'm going to do what I can, which isn't much. But assuming that I can get us to work together, not much is going to turn into something fucking amazing. Because we are the best. This is the greatest nation. And it has nothing to do with our politicians. It has nothing to do with our corporations or our organizations. Well, that's not true. It does have a little bit to do with our organizations. But not because of who they are. It's because of who they have in those organizations. It's us. It's you. From the most racist, bigoted asshole who lives somewhere and doesn't respect anybody. You have something amazing within you. And when you add that to the collective pile, or the collective pool of Americans, again, there's nothing we can't do. But I guess hand in hand with there's nothing we can't do, there's also nothing we can't be convinced to do to ourselves. Well, unfortunately, I want to stop that. That way we can convince ourselves to do what's right by us. That way we can prepare ourselves for the future. Prepare the world for our kids. I hear a lot of times people talk about well, we got to prepare the kids for this world. Sure. I mean, you should. Absolutely. Because that is the world that we have to go into. But shouldn't we also prepare the world for our kids? Isn't that humanity's greatness? Our accomplishments come because we have the experience and knowledge of those who came before us, who kind of gave us a little bit of a leg up on our competition. And that leg got higher and higher until now we're, top of the food chain. It's not by accident. It does take work. It takes teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Fuck, I hope that's not registered or anything. If it is, I didn't say it. But if it's not, then fuck yeah, I said it. Yeah. If you see any ads on this channel or on this podcast, I don't know how that works. I haven't done podcasts very much. I'm only going to put it there because I know people listen to podcasts. But it's not for me. I'm going to stay as away from the money as possible. It's not why I'm here. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to sell you a damn thing, because I'm not. I'm not here to convince you that I'm right, because I'm probably not. But I do have something I need to talk about, and it's something that I would like us all to look at, because to me it's something that deserves our attention. But yeah, so if there are ads, that's because YouTube or whoever adds ads on for themselves, but it didn't come from me, so complain to them. Yeah, guess that's it. It's going to be a hell of an adventure. It's going to be offensive. Offensive. But it is not to be offensive. It's supposed to be, or it's intended to be, just me sharing my opinion. Again, in hopes that we can all kind of point at the same thing and agree that, the sky is blue. Water is wet. Although, even that one I saw nothing. So we can agree that what we're looking at is what we're all looking at. We can all agree that we're seeing the same thing. And then we're able to make a decision after that. But before we can fix things, we have to come back together. So I guess before we can fix things as a team, we have to fix our team. And that's my hope on this channel. So, yeah. Buckle up! It's going to be a wild ride. Yeah, I don't know. Signing off from this room of requirement. No. Be good. Enjoy yourself. This may be a good time for you to experience some of those things on your bucket list. To look at the people that are next to you and say, without any hesitation, I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you are and all that you do. Because that's the beauty of life, is what we get to have together. And unfortunately, the ugliness of life is what we can have when we're torn apart. Or when we decide to move apart. But we deserve better. You deserve better. Here we go. Let's do it.